have another tough question for you, one that I really struggle to get the answer for. You work in an urban school district. I imagine that there are people from every culture on the planet that come through your office or you have had the opportunity to speak with. I know a little bit about culture, and one thing I know is that people from different cultures have different values, different beliefs, and different ways of doing things. So if you're in a classroom or you have an issue that comes to your attention, how do you get into the head of somebody that has a completely different value and belief structure than your own?
That's a very good question. A very difficult question, but very, very good question. I will say, as an administrator in a very urban and very diverse school, that has happened more times than one. My population is over 60% African American students, so it's a very diverse culture on our campus. Teachers are very passionate at the school that I'm at. They're there, I truly believe, because they want to be there, so they have the desire and the need to help this type of urban population.
They have motivation?
I do believe they have a lot of intrinsic motivation. They too are very driven. But that question has come up because there are some challenges that they do face with understanding a culture unlike their own. Currently, what I'm doing with a group of my teachers is we're having a book study about African American males and understanding the culture of an African American males and the characteristic that goes along with that and how to educate an African American male.
So it sounds like you're bridging the cultural divide.
Correct.
Do you have any particular strategies? I know the book thing is a really good idea, so you have the opportunity to discuss things with other people that may not have the same knowledge as you do. Anything else?
To be honest, I think the best thing is to continue to have those collegial conversations with those teachers about the different populations and the culture that are there. First and foremost, I would advise any teacher to have conversations with the parents. Get out into the community, see where these students live at, talking to their parents, having those conversations, being in their world, because it goes back to that old saying, students don't care how many degrees you have or how much you know until they know that you care. So we have to start building relationships with our students and with our parents, because you can build a relationship with that student, but you also need to build a relationship with that family, because once you build a relationship with that family and that student, you have that student. And that's the key part of this whole cultural bridge that we need to do. We have to be able to build authentic relationships.
So how do you do that?
How do I do that?
What do you recommend be done to create those relationships?
First and foremost, you have to be able to put yourself in a very uncomfortable, maybe uncomfortable situation with your students and your families. You have to be able to give of yourself. You have to be able to go above and beyond, contacting parents at their home, contacting students at their home, showing them that you care beyond school hours and school days. That takes a great deal of effort. Teachers already give so much. They're always giving constantly. But it is a very difficult task. To whom much is given, much is required. So we are given a lot. Parents bring their best and their brightest children to our doors every day. We have to work with the students we have. So in order to do that, we have to be able to have conversations with the students, have conversations with the parents without fear. And I think that is the biggest key that I'm trying to help my teacher understand.
What do you mean by fear?
By fear, by not showing students or parents that you are fearful. I think a lot of times working with diverse populations, if you are not used to working with certain students and certain populations, that fear factor has a huge variance on what is actually taking place with your actions, your words in your classroom. So we have to kind of remove that fear factor away from it and let them know that they're welcome, they're warm, because if students think that you fear them, they're not going to open themselves up to you. You may build a relationship with that student, but I assure you it's not an authentic relationship, and they will see through it faster than anything.
That sounds like really good advice, LaSonya.
So,
are you afraid of anything?
there are a lot of things I'm afraid of.
Well, maybe we'll talk about the ones that you're afraid of when you're at work.
When I'm at work, absolutely not. I don't think there's anything I'm afraid of when I'm at work. I'm not afraid of my students, my parents, my teachers, my staff. Actually, I actually thrive on day-to-day challenges at my school. It keeps me motivated to do what I do every single day.
You never get stressed?
I do get stressed. I get stressed when I can't figure out how to help a student or how to help a family member or how to help a teacher. So that stresses me out. My inability to help someone that I know needs my assistance. That stresses me out more so.